Hey, good afternoon. I'm back again. I'm on a roll, y'all. A lot of things I know a lot of people can't. Oh my God. I know a lot of people cannot digest all the stuff that I'm giving to them today, but just take it one day at a time. But I'm just giving it to you so you could just write it down somewhere if you have to. If it ever comes up again, you can fact check. Okay? But quickly I wanted to talk about this one. Another idiot sitting in our government. Another person who never was voted in by the people. Maybe he was, but he wasn't an honest person. And you can tell by the way he's moving and how he governed the state of California. And now he's trying to move up to the higher position in office as the President of the United States of America. But even in the Bible, it teaches us show yourself approved. Let's go look at it. So people don't think that I'm checking people just on my own understanding. You gotta do some Bible checking. Show yourself approved. Okay. Show yourself approved. Scripture. Okay, let's go back. Second Timothy, King James, they said, study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. In the New International Version, it's best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. Be diligent, the word study, or do your best. It means to make every effort and be hardworking in your faith and in your learning. A good worker, you are compared to a worker who does a good job and has no reason to feel embarrassed. True teaching, rightly dividing or correctly handles, means teaching and understanding God's message accurately without twisting it. Okay, and you can read in the Second Timothy 2:15. But the thing is that Gavin hasn't even proven himself to even be trustworthy as to me as a president to run this nation. He showed himself weak. He shows himself to like the compromise and lose control over the people. He's not the kind of person who can stand strong and not allow himself to be influenced by anything else outside of the United States of America, and especially protecting the lives of the American people, especially when it comes to borders, protecting the borders, and doing things he knew to do in his city to get the criminals out of his city, his cities in California, especially what happened out there in that part where they had all those riots and all of that crazy stuff going on. He didn't bring in no National Guards. He didn't even call for any to try to get things under control. They have fires and all kind of things breaking out in California. He knows where he's at. He knows his state, and he knows there needs to be some type of water supply, whatever, to make sure it's always on deck. So when things start getting out of control with fires in California, he will have things already in place. This man is a crook. He doesn't deserve to be the president of the United States. He can't even be trustworthy to do his job as a governor. And it ain't got nothing to do with President Trump or having TDS or anything else of that nature. You got to watch who we pick to be in leadership over the lives of people. Regardless of how much they could get up in front of you and give you lip service and give you a good speech, all throughout his whole entire time since I've been watching him, all he do is attack Trump instead of saying, "Oh well, you know, I don't agree. He's an asshole. He's an idiot. But you know what? He is right when it comes to the borders. There's just some things that you just can't be so motherfucking stupid about. When you want to play games on people's lives and when you want to play on politics, there's just some things you just got to have fucking common sense. You ain't got to go home with the man. You ain't his girlfriend. You ain't his wife. He's your president. He's your boss. And if you see, and you were put in that position to oversee things that he can't, he's too busy to see for what's happening in your state right now. But you supposed to oversee it, and you're not even doing that part. But you want to be the motherfucking president of the United States. How dumb can anybody be to vote for this man? This man is not equipped to be in any position of leadership because he's an idiot. He doesn't think deep enough. He doesn't care about this country. All he care about is getting himself a title and a seat in power to just to come, with some shit with Trump. Trump proved in every way that he can, even not even being a fucking politician, that he could do a better job than all you motherfuckers. Because all y'all do is sit there and y'all know how to talk shit and give lip service and everything. But getting off your ass to do the work, you don't fucking do it. You don't even crack a fucking nothing. Don't know what the fuck you signing. You already said it your damn self you can't read. And you want somebody like this in your government, especially to be the head of your life over you in a nation. People better stop getting all emotionally attached to people and start looking and using their goddamn brains.
I have 24 Trump 2028 hats.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got this video from a station called Brandon Lehman. This is his video I'm sharing with you on my live today. His name is Brandon Lehman. I believe it's Brandon Lehman. This is his channel. And I wanted to share this because I thought this was interesting. To bring to the public's attention. Some things people just need to be educated about because they really don't know. It's not even about Trump. It's about their failure as in leadership. They failure. They not out to do anything really good for the people, and they taking these seats in power, and they're crushing the people, bringing dangerous criminals into the United States of America, not caring about people's safety. He can't even do a damn job at the level of a governor. How the fuck did he even become the governor? See, these are the things that we need to get out of our fucking government, is putting people in charge just because you don't like a certain person and you want to hold on to power. No, we don't do that in America. We do democracy. We have a democracy here, a republic democracy. And the thing is that people get to choose their leaders. And that's how the people get to choose their leaders. And who we choose to be our leaders is the people who also help us with fixing some of the things that goes on unfairly here, and making sure everybody get treated right and fairly, and that you stay on top of the job to make sure that things are being put in place. We don't rob and steal votes from people and take away their voice and silence their voice and throw ourselves in power. We don't do that. And this is what God is showing us. This shit is wrong. These people, nobody voted for them. They sitting in there and they got these powerful positions in government. And they can't even do jobs at the local level, at the fucking lowest level of fucking governor. But then they want to fucking run a damn campaign to be a goddamn president. Y'all got to watch how these people are moving. Because I definitely had to stay on top of this one, because I said, this is a person wanting to become the president of the United States. Are you serious? I'm going to vote for something idiot like this? They got to get somebody better than this. You can't be silencing the voices of the people. Your vote is your voice. We the people. They don't own the White House. The White House is owned by the people. And we put in there who we want in there with our vote. Not theirs. Not their own delusional mind or their TDS that get them in the fucking White House. These people are not qualified not to watch over this goddamn United States of America, because they don't have the brain cells They can't even do their job right now at the lowest level right now, and they want the highest level in office. What happened to the song? Started at the bottom, now I'm up. And that comes with fucking work. It's the work you do. Let's go on and listen to Brandon's on video.
His folks keep sending me. Now I'm going to do it again. Thank you.
So Trump finally broke Gavin Newsom and delivered a fatal blow to his fledgling scandal-ridden career characterized by corruption, failure, and deceit. But Trump didn't just break Gavin Newsom spiritually, he also broke him mentally, and more importantly, he broke him politically. Because Gavin Newsom, who once had a 40% chance of being the Democrat Party's nominee for president, has fallen to an abysmal 8% chance. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but let's start with the clip from the White House Correspondents' Dinner that was the straw that broke the Gavin's back.
People have no idea how lucky you are when I'm gone. You're all going to be broke. Your business model is going to be finished. No, it's true. When I'm not around, you're going to be broke. There's not going to be anybody to report on. Nobody gives a damn about anybody else. The New York Times the other day had 5 stories about me. You know, before I got into politics, in my whole life, I had 7 front page stories. This is years of success. I think 6 were good, 1 was bad. I had 5 stories, 7, 5 good. Yeah, I had a total of 7 stories on the front page of the New York Times. That's not bad. Now I average about 3 or 4 a day. All different topics, all bad, everything bad. But here we are. I mean, here we are. In fact, when I'm finished, I'm going right back to the Oval Office. So I have to be doing okay. But we are all doing good together. That's why tonight, to show just how much I care about the press, and I want to save your ratings, I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention to run for a 4th term as President of the United States. I will be doing that. I will be having an official, in fact, I think I have, I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again. Thank you. I'm going to do it.
I find it hilarious that Democrats forget that the only president to violate George Washington's 2-term precedent was a Democrat. And he didn't.
No, Obama lives in his head because Obama is behind a lot of the shit we catching today. How about that? So he's letting the American people know we can't fall asleep on that. Let's all remember. Okay? Obama did not get in that seat being honest, and he did not do what was best for the American people. His interest was never to put the American people interest first. So you could go ahead and feel that Obama lives in somebody's head because they jealous of Obama or whatever, but this ain't got nothing to do with jealousy of Obama. Just trying to get these people off the spell and get these people to start seeing the truth for what the fuck it really is, because we all know that Obama did not really have his interest in the American people. It ain't got nothing to do with what party you serve. It doesn't matter. You could be a Democrat, you could be a Republican, but when it comes to our country being sold to a different nation, out to the enemy, you don't cross the fucking line. Y'all both can have your differences of not liking each other on policies, but when it comes to trading America out to other foreign countries, to the enemy, then it becomes a real serious problem. Obama is not a problem about being a Democrat, and it's not a problem about being a Republican. It's about a problem with treason and putting the American people's lives in risk. It has nothing to do with your party.
Just win a third term, he won a fourth term and caused a near unanimous constitutional amendment to prevent that from ever happening again. But Trump has been on a massively successful trolling campaign against Gavin Newsom for years, attacking his many moral and political failings on social media, raising his blood pressure by constantly sending him Trump 2028 hats like you saw in the intro. And Gavin Newsom, thinking that he was clever, responded by creating a social media team to imitate Donald Trump and created his very own podcast so, he could control the misleading narratives. But his plan unsurprisingly backfired because it turns out the more people got of Gavin Newsom, the less they liked Gavin Newsom. And Gavin's well aware that his imbecilic reactionary behavior to President Trump has led to his political demise, not just nationally, but in his own party as well. And he just could not stand Donald Trump putting on the Trump 2028 hat at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, because when a reporter asked him about it, he had a complete meltdown.
I mean, look, Donald Trump's going to do everything to try to steal this election. He was unhinged the other night. That was 25th Amendment stuff.
You know what? If you're a Trump hater and you have a problem with your president of the United States of America, what's going on right now, who's your president? Obama's not your president. Okay? Obama's not your president, and you're not going to stop anything. You could type all you want in the chat with your rants, but you're not going to change the way I feel and the way I think and what God put in my eyes. Because Obama was never planted in the United States of America to be nobody to help Americans. It was to destroy us from within. So you could go ahead and think all you want. I just went over in my last video who were the 4 presidents that we had during that time. We were hit with the Trade Center at the bottom, and then we was hit horrifically at the top. And who was the ones on duty? And that shouldn't have never fucking happened. It shouldn't have never happened. It had to be somebody that was working from within, that was able to get the people who were within into the country, into our government. And it had to come from a powerful person, and Obama was the senator. Okay, he was a Democrat. Do you know anything about Obama's career before he became president of the United States? Before he ran for his election for presidency of the United States, and there was other people that were qualified, more qualified than he was. But those people were silenced, and those people were, I would say, put in some kind of way towards the people to some scandal that caused them to not be able to run for presidency. There was a lot of things done to quiet them, to silence them, to move them to the back burner, and to put Obama in that seat for the black vote. And they knew which kind of black men that they could use to play on black people's eyesight and get us all caught. I was caught up in it too. I voted for Obama. I voted for him 2 times. Yes, I did. And I was sincere about my vote. I was very sincere. I was very happy to see a black family in the White House. I was very impressed. I didn't go no further than that. I didn't look at the policy. All I saw was skin color. And I did it 2 times. And I dealt with it for 8 years. And I was wondering why all of these weird things were happening in our nation. How these things were creeping into our nation. All of a sudden I seen all of these, socialist-minded, weird thinking American citizens. And people was just, I didn't know who was a citizen and who wasn't a citizen. I don't know who to talk to. without being under attack about, oh, immigrants built this country. Oh, we all was immigrants. Oh, we all came from Africa. And then I said, nah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And you feel it. So you could go on and say that somebody living in somebody's head and so somebody jealous of them. No, we ain't living in his head because we jealous of him. We just know he's behind some bullshit of what's happening right now in our government and what happened in the last 8 years. And then on top of that, who was running this country when Biden took sick. So you go ahead. And I tell that to all these black idiots that get in my chat, or they want to call me coon, and I'm way far from being a damn coon. When I see wrong, I see wrong. And when I call it out, I just call it out. That's it. Wrong is wrong. And we all know that Obama got away with a whole lot of illegal, criminal shit during his service. And so did those others he worked for. And it lies somewhere within the Bush administration. It's somewhere, and I don't think Reagan had anything to do, because they tried to assassinate Reagan, you know, quite a few times. Remember Reagan? They tried to kill the guy, tried to kill Reagan, but I think his bodyguard got shot or whatever. And Clinton, of course, with Clinton and everything, they wanted to impeach him, because they set it up with the Monica Lewinsky scandal. You see, like how Monica Lewinsky and all these other women joined his thing. He was sexual harassing and having them do sexual favors with him for the work in his. And when that man always had his wife right there next to his side, just about all the time he was in office. So they had to find some way. So I guess they slipped on to Hillary. You know, Hillary to be they scapegoat or whatever, to do what they do to bring in these people from other places to try to get them into the United States of America government. They either blackmail them, tell them, oh, I got this on you, and if you don't do what I say, we're gonna do this, that, and that. That's how they play dirty politics games, whatever. The that's the global stage. That's the people that's over there at the UN, you call the United Nations, and other countries that they do business with over there, and they try to rough you up so that they can come into the United States, and they want to crush the poor people's taxes and everything to pay, bullying politics, violence and everything. Oh yeah, that's how they know how to make all these criminal laws, because hey, they all was criminals in a way of how they want to stay in power. And we know, as we the people that talk to the God that we know of the Bible, that these people are fraud, and these people had no interest in helping American people. Their passion isn't there, because guess what? They don't want your passion to be there. This is only for you to get in that seat and block votes and voices, get you in, and either and then you do what we say do, as we run the country, as far as the business transactions or whatever, of money and everything, and aiding the country and all that other shit. If I was America, I wouldn't give them shit. Fuck y'all. But y'all not gonna take over America. We'll just break this shit down and build this shit right back the fuck up. Y'all ain't getting shit. Because that's how good God is. That's the goodness of the Lord. Because everything you trying to take from us, we could build it right back up. Because everything we need is only inside of us. We got the skills, the talent, everything to revive, have a revival, or do what we have to do to build back up this nation. But to try to shake our people down and make our people turn around to be in your government because you gonna do this with business. We built the fucking business. What the fuck you talking about? The businesses that you trying to shake us down from having. Them businesses will operate in America way better because people in America, they buy shit. They like to shop. That's what we do. We like life. We lively people. That's what we do. We free people in our spirit. And everybody share the wealth, and we got something for everybody. We take care of the middle class, we take care of the poor, and of course the rich. Everybody gets to get to wherever they want to be. Okay? So what you mean you're going to shake us down? Or shake down this government until we surrender to Sharia or surrender to some other kind of government? We love our Constitution. It works for us. And it is what it is. You're going to shake down our Constitution? You know, just because you want us to go back in rulerships of kings. We ain't ruling the ship on no kings and no queens. We get to pick our government. And we get to pick them freely. And our vote is our voice. Not where you come from and your ways of thinking that the people don't have a voice, but you should be the king over the people. And don't have to listen to the people's voice, but you're going to listen. That's why you're not America. You're going to listen because the voice of the people are going to speak, and you need to listen to what the people voted for in America. This ain't your country. You could go and shake down the people in your country like that, but that shit ain't going to happen over in America. And that's all we got to say. And you stop paying and putting money on people like Gavin to be president of our country just so that they will do just what the fuck you want them to do. And open up the Trojan horse. We already on it. I keep telling y'all this is America, and these motherfuckers will do anything, and they'll find the weakest link that they can find and say, oh, this would be the president of the United States because he talks really well and people don't really read well. Because he sat up there himself and said he don't read. And if you be a dumbass to even vote for him and he doesn't read well, and we can easily convince him to give us more power in the United States of America, in Congress, in they this, that, and the other, in the judges, in the office, and in the courtrooms. Yeah. Okay? Well, I'm just letting the people know this ain't the one for you. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed and wonderful Monday. Peace.